Hi, welcome to class. I'm Kate, and today we'll be talking about the news. We'll be reading an article, discussing some new vocabulary, and then just talking about the article as a group. And so this is one of many classes on Verbling. They're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So wherever you are, you can learn the language of your choice. Okay, and we already have students here. Let's see. So Daniel, how's it going?
Hello, teacher.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good. Can you hear me?
Yes, very
Okay.
well.
Is there background noise or it's okay?
Yes, is there some back noise?
There is some noise?
Background noise. Yes.
Okay. All right. I'll try to fix that. Sorry. Okay. Um, so let's see. What was the last class that we did together?
Friday afternoon.
Friday afternoon.
Last
Okay.
Friday.
Okay. Great. All
Two
right.
class.
And which classes were they? The speaking games and the computer club?
No, speaking is no. Reading an article for billions dollars for
When he sued the city?
New York City.
Okay. Good. All right. Okay.
And
Great. And the other one?
the other one was conditionals.
Conditionals. Okay, very cool.
First, second, and third conditional.
First and second and third. Good. Okay, well, it's great to have you back. And we also have Michael. Hello.
Hey, Kathleen.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Great. Good. Okay. Nice to see you both. So let's see. I guess we'll wait for a few other people to show up. And while we do, I'm going to tell you the headline of the article we'll be reading today. Okay. So today's article is called Spain's Robin Hood Swindled Banks to Help Fight Capitalism. Okay, and I typed the headline in the Verbling box. So we have Spain's Robin Hood swindled banks to help fight capitalism. What do you think this article will be about?
Swindled? What is that?
Swindled is like tricked.
Okay. So it's about, I think, a guy that worked in bank system, maybe in a bank, and he, I presume, something did like I don't know. I think I've heard somewhere, but I can't recall right now what about this.
Okay, so you think it's a guy who worked in a bank and somehow tricked them?
Well, yeah, what I can think of, but I presume there could be something else about, not exactly what I'm saying.
Okay, no, but that's great. That's a good idea.
There was like a similar case, I think, not similar, but approximately similar, like in France, in the bank in Société Générale, like Société Générale. Have you heard of this bank?
Yes, I have.
So they like worked a guy, and he something did, so the bank lost lots of money. This bank, Société Générale.
One of the employees of the bank. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a good idea. It could be similar to that case. Okay, Daniel, what do you think?
I think it could be someone who said, "Don't get a mortgage in my bank."
Okay. All right. So
it's not a bargain.
It's not?
A bargain.
A bargain. It's not a bargain. Okay, fair enough. And what would it mean to fight capitalism?
So capitalism is the idea of capitalism, as far as I know, is that institutions and companies try to get more profit by selling goods and services. So they're trying to get more profit. They're like shareholders and their owners and directors, their CEOs. So somehow to make them to be more humble in this way. I mean, to do not try to get so much profit.
Yeah, excellent. So essentially, right, it's about competition. So everyone has individual property, companies are privately owned, and they're competing. And so if you're fighting capitalism, you're trying to work against this system, or probably political aims. Okay, so I guess we'll start reading, or we'll start doing the exercises, and if other people show up, they can just join us. Okay, so I'm going to send you the link to the article and the exercises we'll be working on today.
What do you mean exercises?
So like activities.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so can you both see the link?
Yep.
Yep.
Great. Okay, so go ahead and open that.
Done.
Good. And before we read, if you'll notice, in exercise 2, we have some keywords.
Keywords.
Do you see this on the first page?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So these are all words that are important to the article, but they might not necessarily be words that you know, right? They could be new. And so what I want you to do, even before reading the article, is try to find these words in the article and figure out their definitions. What do they mean? Okay, and you have, so if you look at the directions in letter A, let's see, Daniel, can you read these directions for me?
The second page.
On page 1,
Page
the
1.
first page, exercise 2, that says keywords.
Okay. The nouns, credit, unapologetic.
Oh, wait, did I send you the correct lesson? Oh, yeah, okay, so it should be on the first page, right?
Yes.
And it says 2, keywords, and then there's letter A. Match the keyword.
Okay.
Okay,
Sorry.
good. No problem.
Match the keywords with the definitions below. Then find the words in the article to read them in context. The paragraph numbers are given to help you.
Okay, good. And so you can ignore B. We won't do that. But so as you can see, you have definitions, you have a box with words in them, and then below you have definitions. And I want you, and after each definition, it tells you which paragraph of the article you can find the word in. So I want you to work on this exercise right before we read the article. So now, and you'll just be looking at the article which is on the next page, right, and finding the word in the paragraph and seeing if you can figure out which word goes with which definition. Any questions?
No.
Okay,
No.
so work on this and let me know when you're finished, and we will discuss it. Okay, and Rodrigo?
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How about you?
Doing well, thanks. Okay, so if you look in the verbing box, you'll see a link, and on that link you'll find the article that we're going to read today.
Okay.
Okay, and so the first thing we're doing is on the first page, activity 2, keywords. So even before we read the article, we're going to try to figure out the definitions of some important words.
Okay.
So if you look at letter A, it says you have to match the keywords with the definitions below. And essentially what you do is find the words in the article, and then you'll figure out the context, and you'll see like
Okay.
how the words are used. Okay, so can you work on this activity?
Okay.
Great, and then we'll discuss it when everyone's finished.
So how do you do that? I didn't catch your idea. How did this work?
Okay, so the idea is you have words. Let's see. So denounce, credit, unapologetic, swindle,
Yeah.
capitalism, loans, alternatives. And then below you have definitions.
Yep.
Right? And they tell you, the definition tells you which paragraph the
Oh,
word is in. Right?
okay.
And the paragraph refers to the article on the next page.
Clear.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay, great. So again, just let me know when you've finished.
But I know most of them just denounce. I don't know, but I can look up quickly in the
Okay.
dictionary. and
Good.
figure-
No, yeah, so or try to look in the article and
Uh-huh.
so fill in the ones that you do know, and then the one that's left is probably denounce, right? And then you could look in the article and see if you can figure out the meaning from context.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so denounce is number 6.
Yes, denounce is number 6.
Yep. All of other words I know them, like more or less the definition or the.
Okay, good. And and the words below from 8 to 14, try to do those also.
Oh, we have more words.
You have more. You have
Okay.
14 words in total.
Okay. Here I don't know 2 words.
Okay, good. So you'll learn 2 new words. And take your time with this, but when you do finish, let me know so I know when to review.
So number 9 is what? Number 9.
What do you think it is?
So either is bail or is flee.
Okay.
No?
No.
No?
Nope. This one
And
is
what?
something
Charges? Charges?
charges, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was confused.
No problem.
Okay, so number 10 is bail.
Yeah.
So number 14 is flee.
No.
No?
Mm-mm. Try to figure them out, and then we'll review them soon. Don't worry if you don't have all of them perfect. It's okay. But number 14 is not flee.
Fraudulently.
So, Rodrigo and Daniel, how are you doing?
I was reading.
You're reading? Okay, no problem. Are you finding it difficult or okay?
I'm doing the
Or reading the
second half of the words.
The second half. Okay, good.
before after reading the article, we must fill out the blank, no?
Yes.
Let's maybe drive for Transport. Shop. State mark using symbol of crime.
Okay, so let's just review these vocabulary words. It's okay if you're not finished, because the idea is that we'll learn them together. All
Okay.
right, so no problem if you haven't finished. So let's just take turns doing them. Who could do number 1?
Loans.
Okay, read the word and then read the definition too.
Amounts of money that people or business borrow, especially from a bank.
Credit.
Good.
Why
So-
not credit?
Because, sorry, you're right.
So loan is when the bank is gives you money,
One
but
is in the- okay, so if you look in the first paragraph, you should find the word. Right? So do we find loans or credit in the first paragraph?
loans.
Loans, right? Yeah, so this
Yep.
is a loan. So when you borrow something,
Uh-huh.
it means that someone gives it to you for a period of time, and then you must give it back. And so when this thing is money, it's called a loan. So
Then
that's
the answer is loans.
loan.
The
Exactly.
first one, no? Okay.
Loan.
Yeah, but so do you take a loan? Yeah, if I go to bank, I am going to take a loan from that bank. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. So next, number 2. I can do number 2.
Things that you can choose instead of other things. Alternatives.
Excellent. Right? So if you have different alternatives, it means you have choices. Great. Number 3?
An economic system in which property, business, and industry are owned by individual people and not by the government. Capitalism.
Good. Capitalism. Right? So what we talked about before. Great. Number 4?
Unapologetic. Unapologetic.
Unapologetic. Good.
Showing that, showing that you do not think you have done something wrong and not saying that you are sorry.
Good. So unapologetic.
Unapologetic.
Unapologetic. Good. All right. And so the opposite of unapologetic is what?
Apologize.
Apologetic. Right? So if you're apologetic, it means you feel sorry and you want to apologize. If you're unapologetic, you simply don't feel bad about what you've done. So very good. Number 5?
To get by cheating or tricking someone, swindle.
Great. Swindle. Right? So that was from the title. To swindle means to cheat or trick. Excellent. Number 6?
To criticize someone or something severely in public. Denounce.
To denounce. Excellent. Good. And it's severely. Severely. Very
Oh,
good.
okay.
Good. No problem. And the last one? Money that is lent.
Credit.
Credit. Good. So if you think about a credit card, right? With a credit card, you can charge more money than you actually have. And you have to pay it back later, but it's money that is lent to you. Questions?
No.
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 All right. Great. So,
Loans and mortgage could
loans-
be the same.
a mortgage is a loan
Mortgage.
is general, right? So a loan is something when you go to the bank and you say, I need to go to school or I have this project that I want to work on and I need money, right? It's more general. Mortgage is something so we often talk about mortgages on houses, right? So it's when you want to buy a house, but you can't pay the entire price of the house right away, right? So you take out a mortgage, and that means that every month you're paying some of the money with interest. So it's like a loan, but it's on specific things.
Okay.
Okay, good. Number 8.
Transfers.
Transfers, good. And in general, to transfer means to move from one place to another. And so we call when you move money from one bank account to another, we call that a transfer.
Physical locate.
It can also be for physical locations too, but you can do an electronic transfer, whatever, right? As long as it's going from one account to another, it can be either in real life or online, and we use the same word. Number 9.
Charge.
Yeah, a charge, right? Or charges.
Can you explain me why is it charge?
Yeah, sure. So let's look in paragraph 6 at the word in context, right? So Duran was arrested in Spain in 2009 on charges brought against him by 6 of the 39 banks that had lent him money. So here, in context, we see that charges are sort of the claims or the things people say that cause him to have to go to court, right, and argue that he was not guilty. Okay, so these are sort of the legal documents that someone will file against you, accusing you of having committed a crime.
Okay.
Okay, good. Number 10?
Money that is given to a court to allow someone to stay out of prison until their trial. If they do not return for the trial, the court keeps the money. It's bail.
Bail, yeah. Okay, so is this one clear?
Yes.
I didn't know this word, but I understand.
But you understand what it is. Yeah, so, and we also say, we also use bail as a verb. So here it's a noun, right? It's the actual money, but you can bail someone out of jail. And in this case, to bail, right, it's a verb. Okay. Number 11?
To escape from a dangerous situation or place very quickly. Flee.
Flee. Number 12?
Authority.
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 Excellent. Authority. Number 13.
The legal process of judging and punish someone. Justice.
Good, yeah, so we often say justice or the justice system, right?
Okay.
And number 14?
Done illegally with the intention of tricking someone. Fraudulently.
This one is fraudulently.
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 Good. Good. Can everyone say this? Fraudulently.
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 Illegal.
Good. Okay, it's tricky, but very good. Okay. And so, yeah, perfect. It means it's done illegally or with the intention of tricking someone. All right, any questions before we move on to the article?
Nope.
Okay. You have a choice. Would you prefer that we all read this article out loud and practice pronunciation and things like that? Or would you prefer to read it by yourself?
Out loud.
Sure, first on option.
Out loud, yeah? Okay. So I'll read the first paragraph. You can listen to how I pronounce things. And then you can just take turns reading one paragraph each.
Sorry, Caitlin, could you possibly put your microphone near your mouth because the sound is really bad?
Sorry about that. Is it better now?
Yep, much
Okay.
better.
All right. So I'll read a paragraph, and then just so you can hear me pronounce things, and then I want you each to just take turns reading one paragraph at a time. Okay. So Spain's Robin Hood swindled banks to help fight capitalism. They call him the Robin Hood of the banks, a man who took out many loans worth almost €500,000 with no intention of ever paying them back. Instead, Enrique Duran gave the money to projects that created and promoted alternatives to capitalism. Daniel. Wait, before we continue, does everyone know who Robin Hood is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so the famous character from the movies, from the stories. Good. Okay, so Daniel,
Yes.
can you read?
The two one.
2. Mm-hmm.
After 14 months in hiding, Duran is unapologetic, even though his activities could put him in jail. "I'm proud of what I did," he said in an interview by Skype from a secret location.
Great. Michael?
Second paragraph or what paragraph?
The third paragraph, sorry.
Third one.
Mm-hmm.
From 2006 to 2008, Duran took out 68 commercial and personal loans from 39 banks in Spain. He gave the money to social activists, who used it to pay for speaking tours against capitalism and TV cameras for a media network. He said he saw that these social movements were building alternatives but that they didn't have enough money. Meanwhile, constant growth was creating a system that created money out of nothing.
Great. Good. Very good pronunciation. Okay, Rodrigo, next.
The loans he swindled from the banks were his way of regulating and denouncing this situation, he said. He started slowly. I filled out a few credit applications with my real details. They said no, but I just wanted to understand what they were asking for.
Great. Okay. Daniel.
Yes. From there, the former table tennis coach began to set up a confusing web of accounts, payments, and transfers. I was learning constantly. By the summer of 2007, he had discovered how to make the system work. He applied for loans under the name of a false television production company.
Then
Sorry.
Then?
Then I managed to get a lot, 492,000 to be exact.
Good. Okay, and one thing, applied. He applied for loans.
He applied for loans.
Otherwise, perfect. Very good. Michael, paragraph 6.
Duran was arrested in Spain in 2009 on charges brought against him by 6 of the 39 banks that had lent him money. He spent 2 months in prison before being let out on €50,000 bail. In February 2013, threatened with up to 8 years in prison, he decided to flee rather than stand trial because he said he doesn't recognize the authority of the judicial. How do you say it?
Judicial.
What?
Judicial.
Judicial system.
Perfect. Great. Okay, and one thing, to stand trial, what do you think that means?
Where is that? Then stand trial. He decided to flee rather. So to be on the trial, like to be judged by judges, to give him punishment, to give him.
Great, yeah, to be judged, right?
Yep.
Okay, great. And Rodrigo?
His actions, he said, were an important part of a worldwide debate of the economic crisis. The timing pushed the anti-capitalist movement into the light, just as many Spaniards were looking for alternatives to a system that has caused chaos in their lives.
Perfect. Daniel, can you read paragraphs 8 and 9?
Yeah. In today's Spain, the anti-capitalist movement and groups such as the Indignados are supported by thousands of Spaniards. Duran is now widening his focus to include Spain's justice system by promoting restorative justice. The people in Spain who believe that banks don't work, they think that I don't owe anything. I've already done my work, he said, but there is a part of a population that is not in agreement with us, and I think I should respond to that.
Excellent. Okay, good. And what would it mean to widen his focus?
Uh, to have a big overview.
Yeah, so it just means to include more issues in his. So he's kind of bringing this case to the public, and if he widens his focus, he includes more issues in what he sees as the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Michael, paragraph 10.
In his case, he said he could offer banks the insight he got from years of obtaining bank loans fraudulently. He could share his thoughts on which best practices work and the bad ones that don't, he suggested, for the general population and for bank workers.
Great. Okay. And good. And so we're finished with the article. All right. Sorry, there's construction going on over me, so I apologize for any loud background noise like that. Okay. Any questions?
So what did he do?
What did he do?
Yeah.
That's my question for you. What did he do?
He swindled banks. This is like the whole idea, but in particular, what action did he do? I don't know.
All right, let's see. Daniel, Rodrigo, do you have an answer to that?
I didn't do it.
I know you didn't do it.
I didn't do it.
That's okay.
We should read the small printer when we signed a mortgage or a loan, and then we wouldn't have many problems.
Sorry, what was that? I didn't. So the question was, what exactly?
Sorry.
What exactly?
Yes.
What exactly did Duran do?
He asked for money to several banks with his real dates, real
Information.
And then he create companies or societies with its money.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe companies about social rights or people fighting against capitalism.
Capitalism. Okay, yeah, almost. So essentially, the way he swindled these banks was that he took out loans, right? And he gave the money to social activism groups, right? People who are fighting for individual rights, helping poverty, things like that. And then he realized that if he signed up for a loan as a company, he could get a lot more money, right? So in paragraph 5, it says they actually gave him 492,000 euros when he signed up as this fake company. And essentially, he was giving all of this money in loans to different social groups that worked against capitalism. And he had no intention of ever paying back the money to the bank. Right? And then when they discovered that he was doing this, that's when they arrested him. Is that clearer, Michael?
Yeah, sure. I just wondering, how would you do like that? How would you take like a loan? Okay, you can. I presume you can take like the passport, like something fake. But there is like looks like people are stupid or something, because you should check somehow. No one would give you like $400,000 like just like that.
Yeah. No, that's true. I think it's the answer maybe is in paragraph 5, right? Because he said he began to set up a confusing web of accounts. So a web is like a network. Payments and transfers, right? So he kind of set up all these different accounts, and he says he figured out how to kind of cheat the system and apply it as a company. So presumably he filled out all the paperwork correctly and did everything through the correct procedures, but it was all fake, right? It was all for this company that he had invented that didn't really exist. So yeah, it is kind of crazy that these banks gave him that much money without realizing that this, it seems like they should have investigated further, right?
It looks like the like lack of responsibility or something. They have they don't have these banks because kind of weird. It's about the money and people, the money that they give as a loan to people, they take from other people, like deposits or something. So,
yeah, absolutely, right. It's a huge issue for these other people who have been giving their money to the banks, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, good point. And so it looks like AKA Ken, you've just joined us.
Yes, hello.
Hi, how are you?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Have you been following along with the class?
Yeah, I just came back, so I'm reading the article.
Okay, no problem. Okay, great. You're reading the article now. Perfect. Let me know if you have any questions.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So let's just look. So does anyone else have some more questions about the article before we do a quick comprehension activity and then move on to our discussion?
No.
Okay. Feel free to ask them at any time. So I want you to look on the next page, page 3, at activity number 4, the comprehension check. Okay, so let's just do this activity quickly together, and then we'll move on to our discussion and really practice some speaking. Okay, and Adela, hi. Adela?
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Fine.
Great. You have the link.
I'm sorry to connect so late.
No problem. So here in the verb link box, you have the link to the article.
Thank you.
We've read. Okay? 2. Okay, so and right now we're doing a comprehension check. And if you haven't read the article, you can just read that for now and then join us for the discussion, which we'll have in like 5 minutes. Okay. All right, so especially for Daniel, Michael, and Rodrigo, let's do this comprehension activity. So number 1.
False.
It's false. Why do you say false?
He went in another country.
Yeah, good. So he fled
Mhm.
or he fled. Sorry, he fled the country. Right? He did not want to go on trial. Very
Yep.
good. Okay, number 2.
Yes.
True.
Yes.
True. Okay.
$492,000 million. Yeah.
Yours.
Million
Oh,
euros.
euros.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Good. So
Almost.
nearly 500,000. Excellent. Number 3.
True.
True.
Yes.
Okay. And where do you see the evidence for that?
The whole article is implying this.
Okay. Yeah.
He's a swindler. He's a crook.
Good.
They don't pay money back, so.
Okay. Excellent. Great. Number 4.
False.
False. Why is this false?
Because he borrowed the money of his company, his false company.
Yeah. Right. He set up that fake company, and he borrowed the money under that name. Excellent. Number 5.
False.
False. Okay. Why do you say false?
He gave the money to other organizations that fight with capitalism.
A fight against capitalism.
Against capitalism.
Good.
Yeah.
Number 6.
Truth.
True. Right. He says that in the beginning of the article. And what did he say in the Skype interview?
I'm proud of what I did.
Yeah. So was he sorry?
No.
No, right? He was not sorry. Okay. All right. Number 7.
Yes. True.
It's true?
Well, I
Okay.
presume. I don't know for sure, but
Yeah, there's nothing that says it for sure, but presumably it's true. Okay, and Chow, hi. You've just joined us? Ah, no, he left. Okay. Never mind. All right. Number 8.
False.
False, right? Again, he says that he's unapologetic. He does not feel bad. Number 9.
False.
False. Okay. Why do we say false?
Because it's more money, I think.
Yeah, it's more money. And where do we see the 50,000 euros? They do mention a sum of 50,000 euros in the article. But what was the 50,000 euros?
so someone paid
Was his bail.
Yeah, his bail, right? Someone paid for him to be released from prison while he was waiting for the trial. Great. And the last one?
Yes.
False.
True.
Okay, so we have 1 true and 1 false. Who thinks it's true?
He
So-
was able to get so much money from them. It's true.
Okay.
Okay.
So in paragraph number 10, it's written that he could share his thoughts on which best practices work and the bad ones that don't. He suggests for the general population and for bank workers. Sorry.
Yeah, so actually, surprisingly, this one is true, right? So even though he seems to be so anti-capitalism and against these private banks, he does say, you know, the fact that I've gotten so much money, you know, and tricked them so much, this is knowledge that I could share, that could potentially prevent this from happening again. All right. So any questions? So yeah?
No, I just an opinion I wanted. When we are going to discuss, I wanted to share
No,
with
right now, exactly. So why don't you start the discussion?
Okay, so I was thinking, how would you do that? How do you take loans of $492 million, sorry, and other kind of loans and not being caught or something? So he must had like an person in the bank, insiders. Was that? He must had what?
I think he had like an inside. So you think someone who was working for the bank was helping him?
Yes, I think he.
Not only one, but maybe 2, or maybe in a higher position, like not CEO, maybe who is after CEO, or maybe CEO, because there is no such thing. You can there is no like such people. I don't think that a person on the street would come and would start taking loans on this volume, on this amount of money. This is kind of very difficult, and usually a system works like that. For example, have you ever heard of the case in the United States of what's his name from New York? He's now in jail, like for a life sentence almost.
So that's a lot of bankers from New York.
No. Murdoch.
Ah, okay, Murdoch. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So do you know what he did or no?
Yeah, but you share the story with our classmates.
So the idea that rich people gave to him their money, and he promised to invest them in shares, and I'm saying that off the top of my head, but for sure you should read about that. So he promised that he would invest their money in some like business and some things, and they would get more money. But basically what he did, he took the money from the people and he put them on deposits in a US bank, I forget the name of the bank. I forgot like the name of the bank. Okay. Citibank, I think, or some bank. Okay. And when the authorities from the United States started to investigate, they found out that not only he is guilty, and people from that bank, like they are guilty because there's like but they couldn't prove that they were in alliance with him.
Okay.
Is it correct to say?
Yeah, and they were allied with him, or they were working with him. Mm-hmm.
But they couldn't prove that there's direct alliation between them. They couldn't prove, but they gave a fine to that bank, like a huge fine. So that bank should have paid like lots of money to the U.S. government, and also they should, in 2 years, they should improve their system like of loans, of deposits. So these things should not happen.
To prevent these things from happening again.
Yeah, and if in 2 years they don't see these changes, they could, I forgot, they could either close the bank or to take the license, or to give another fine, huge fine, something like that. So it was a serious case in the US.
Okay, and you see a connection between these two cases?
No, I don't see like they somehow connected, but I read that article about that case, and there was written that there were like allied people from the bank with Murdoch. So
okay, so I think a similar thing could be happening here.
For sure, you cannot. Why would you not go now on you and Spencer? You told us you tried to get a loan, a fake loan. You couldn't get it, I presume so.
Yeah, I'm not a very good liar. I don't know if I could do that. Let's see. So Daniel and Rodrigo, what do you think? Do you agree with what Michael's saying? Do you and Adela too, sorry, if you're finished.
Yeah, I agree with him.
Okay. Expand. Tell me your thoughts.
He just said what I was gonna say.
Yeah, he said a lot.
I didn't understand the whole history, sorry.
The whole story. Okay, so he was telling a story about essentially in the U.S., Murdoch, this was a famous case, right? And essentially he was saying that he similarly swindled banks, or his company did, and it turned out that there was someone working in the bank that was helping him. Right? He didn't do this all on his own. So Michael, sorry?
Go ahead.
No, so he was offering the idea that maybe in this case it was similar in the sense that someone working inside the bank was helping him with these illegal activities.
Because there's no way he could do it all by himself.
Uh-huh.
They almost a half €500,000.
Okay, and even if No, so it wasn't, yeah. So even if he was working as a company, you think that a bank wouldn't give this company that big of a loan?
Yes, I think because first the company would investigate the company.
Okay.
I think.
All right. Yeah, I would be curious to know which bank this was that he went to, right?
And also a hint for the readers of this article. Was written, so an article is written that he was bailed out for 50,000 euros or something. Who bailed out him? Whose money? What's going on? Like why they released him? So
Yeah. Okay. Another good
But
question. Who bailed him
uh,
out? Okay, Adela, go ahead.
but I think this is a pyramidal structure. This is a bluff. But I don't know people investing in this case. If the rate in Europe or in USA is a percentage, if investment, a private investment offer to the double, no, I think is something is not good for me.
Okay, so you think that this is part of
It's
a
a
large.
suspect, no, to investigate about this
Okay, so
company.
it's
This
part of a larger.
for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I think same, no. The banks are very. Um, I don't
Corrupt.
say the avaros. I don't say the in
Greedy.
really. They earn a lot. People, for example, in Spain with the mortgage, you pay mm, the money all monthly, but if you don't pay 2 months, they mm, have expropriation, no?
Yeah, they seize your property.
Take yes, take your house, no? I think
Yeah, so you think
is
it's a problem with the banks. The
Robin
banks.
Hood, the article Robin Hood. I agree with he in a little
Yeah.
things, no, but
Yeah. Okay.
not it's not legal.
Good. Okay, so I have another question. Do you think that this man, do you see him as a criminal or a hero? Do you think there was anything good about what he was doing? Or does he deserve to spend the rest of his life in jail?
Uh, it's difficult, no?
Mm-hmm.
Because in a legal state it's not possible to do something or this situation for me. I
Okay.
think they are a law.
Yeah, there are
I
laws and
Yeah, I think the law they to have to control the banks.
huh?
Uh,
Okay.
it's not necessary people say the Robin Hood.
Okay. All right. Other thoughts?
I think he's not a hero because not like Robin Hood because Robin Hood gave the money to the poor people,
Mm-hmm.
take from the rich to give to the poor people,
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't do it. He gave to the people who was fighting against the capitalism.
Okay.
So
Yeah, so he had more political aims, right? His aims weren't purely charitable.
I'm sorry.
So you're saying that unlike Robin Hood, he was charitable, right? He wanted to help the poor, that this guy had more political aims.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Michael and Daniel, what do you think?
Well, I think definitely he should go to the jail and to go, yeah, go to jail, and for like so that happened in Spain, so they should see like how many years they could give him like a crook or like an economic for economic fraud or something. They should give him like how do you say, like they should give him correspondently his actions. What is the proper collocation?
They should give him a punishment.
Accordingly to
Yeah,
his.
or you could say a punishment that fits the crime.
A punishment that fits the crime. So, because if they would not give him any punishment, or if they would give a little, like punishment, like only 1 year in jail or something, there would appear like other people that would try to swindle, yeah, banks or something, and this is very dangerous because this is a system of banks in the country, and if everybody would start to do these kind of things, I presume there could be some effects, negative effects. So definitely he should go.
So he should go to jail as an example.
Yeah, and not only he, but to investigate the banks where he took loans, because there's at least there are some kind of loopholes in those banks. So they should find out what was going on in those banks.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I agree. All right. And let's see. So we're running out of time. Any last comments on this article?
What's your opinion on that?
My opinion.
Yep, Caitlin's opinion.
My opinion is that I think that he how would I say this? So I think it's okay to have strong political views, which he obviously does, but I think he didn't express them in the right way, right? Like if you are an anti-capitalist, the way to express your views is not by performing an action like this that can really add to the collapse of an economy, right? I think that essentially he is a criminal. He should go to jail. And I can sort of see where he's coming from, right, if he believes so strongly in a cause, but I think he just handled it the wrong way. So.
But maybe that's not exactly true that he believes in those things. This is just like, what's that, when you throw something, but you do something else? Do you understand what I mean?
Sorry?
For the public eye, you are saying that you are anti-capitalist, but really you're just a swindler that make money.
You think he just wanted to make money for himself?
Yeah, that's for sure. And for the people from the bank who were working with him.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it's possible. Okay, good. All right, so a lot of great comments today. Thank you all for participating. And we have to end the class now, but if you have any comments or anything else you want to add, feel free to message me. And thank you all very much for coming.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, have a good one.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye.